Okay, please go wild and mental welcome to stage your penultimate act of this half. It's Amanda!
Hello. My name's Amanda. You can detect a bit of an accent. I'm Canadian. I moved over here because I heard you guys love immigrants. I'm actually filling out my application to become a British citizen as we speak. My favorite part of the application is the section called Personal History, and then in brackets, criminal convictions, war crimes, etc. About that, etc. First of all, it's a bit flippant, when really what they're saying is other crimes you've committed that we can't be bothered to list here. Secondly, they started out pretty strong with the first two in that list. I'm not really sure what would come after that. But anyways, if you tick yes to the question I'm about to say, the specific question is, in times of peace or war, have you been involved in or suspected of involvement in war crimes, crimes against humanity, or genocide? Whew. If you tick yes and still feel it's worthwhile spending £1,200 to put this application in, they invite you to explain on the blank page provided. They say you can add extra pages if you need to. And I think you probably will need to. Because it seems like something that involves a long backstory. Potentially about not having many friends growing up, a lot of other details, and then being in the midst of a military coup. Luckily, I was able to tick no, and move on to the section about employment. So I do have a good job here that I guess I stole from a British person. And in the corporate environment, you have to find ways to entertain yourself. So in my inbox at work, I have a folder called Laughs. One of the emails in that folder, the situation was, there was a lot of back and forth between a colleague and I, a lot of questions, very specific questions about an analysis that he was doing. And I started one with, about the sixth email, Corral, please don't kill me, but, another question. He replies, there would be no point in killing you because they would replace you with someone else. And I thought, you really went through the pros and cons of this. Another one in that folder pinged up with the subject line, Old Dicking Station. Yes, that's my nickname at work. But old? Turns out it was a typo from an IT guy collecting old docking stations. I'm not the smartest person in the office, exhibited by what I can say is the stupidest thought I've ever had, which was one evening, gazing up at a sliver of a moon, I actually thought to myself, they must have planned the moon landing for a time when the moon was nice and full, so they had more surface area on which to land. I actually thought this. So, so back on Earth now, where generally things are in turmoil, except for one place. There is one place where there's a positive political story right now, and that's in Canada. So never before have I had people proactively engage me in conversation about Canadian politics. I've also never been online trying to buy a t-shirt with an image of a Canadian Prime Minister bare-chested on a unicorn. And not been able to because it was sold out. So Canada is having a moment right now. It's our 150th birthday this year. And I know you're all going, the underground is older than Canada. Yes. Anyways, I bought a book called Canada in 150 Objects to commemorate the birthday. Object is a very loose term in this book because one of the objects is Justin Bieber's song Sorry. That song transformed his career, but does it really belong alongside the canoe, the beaver, our flag? And by the way, thank goodness they went with the maple leaf on the flag, because they actually considered the beaver as a design option for the flag. And it would have been really embarrassing to have a vagina on the flag. Although it would have gone really well with Justin Trudeau's feminist thing. But there's a couple reasons why. Actually, it's fitting that the song Sorry is on that list. For one, Canadians apologize a lot. Politeness is an object in this book. But another reason is that the word sorry is a Canadian tell. So you hear the way I say it, sorry, sorry. Americans will say sorry. So if you're ever in a situation where you're not sure if the person you're with is a Canadian or an American, you just bump into them. If they pull out a gun, that's an American. Thank you.